Did Pikachu decks just get better? Pikachu decks have been at the top of the metagame since day one, and with the addition of new cards from the Space-Time Smackdown set, this deck might have just gotten better. Mainly I'm referring to Luxray and Volkner. Now, I'm not 100% sure if this will actually improve on Pikachu decks, since they're already really good on their own, or if Volkner decks would just be better as their own separate electric deck. But I think this deck would be really good, so I guess only time will tell. Let me know in the comments what you think of this deck, or just Volkner variants in general. Now, this deck has all the advantages of Pikachu decks. It's fast and has amazing early game damage. But now, on top of that, it can hit the bench really hard. The damage, however, is kinda situational, and you do rely on having Volkner in the late game to just make really good use of Luxray. With that said, let's talk about the build. For your items, we're gonna go with 2 Pokeball and 2 Pokemon Communication, which is a brand new card that allows you to swap out any Pokemon from your hand for another random one in the deck. This card greatly benefits Pikachu decks, as it allows you to get another chance at swapping an evolution for a basic Pokemon, or if you already have all your basic Pokemon, you can try and get your Luxio or Luxray. For your supporters, go with 2 Professor's Research, 2 Dawn, and 2 Volkner. Dawn and Volkner are brand new cards. Dawn allows you to move 1 energy from your benched Pokemon to your active Pokemon, which will really help in the later game in order to fully set up your Luxray for the first time. Volkner allows you to move 2 energies from your discard pile to your Luxray, allowing it to attack twice in a row with no issues. For your Pokemon, you'll run 2 of each of the Luxray line, as well as 2 Pikachu EX, 1 Zapdos EX, and 1 Electabuzz. Now, I know that generally Pikachu decks run 7 or 8 basic Pokemon, and this one only has 6. But I think that the addition of Pokemon Communication really changes things up, as you can choose to trade in your evolved Pokemon for another chance at a basic. With Pokeball and Professor's Research, I don't think that getting your basic Pokemon will be an issue. Pikachu is still your early game carry, dealing 90 damage pretty consistently with 2 energy. Zapdos is mainly here to stall and potentially deal 200 damage if you get lucky with your coin flips. It's also a basic Pokemon, so it helps setting up Pikachu. Electabuzz is still a really solid early game card, being able to snipe the bench early and prevent things like Magikarp from setting up. But now you have one more backup plan, and that's Luxray. Now, it is a stage 2 evolution, but it deals 120 damage to any Pokemon, including benched Pokemon. And while you have to discard all your energies to use this move, it's worth it. This will allow you to finish off games by sniping basic Pokemon without having to worry about your opponent's active Pokemon. 130 HP is pretty good and allows you to survive most hits, which will help you get off a second hit pretty consistently with the help of Volkner, who will bring back your energy. The plan is to have Pikachu go in early and do as much damage as possible. All this while you're setting up your Luxray on the bench. Once your Luxray is up and has at least 2 energies, if your opponent has any basic or weaker Pokemon on their bench, you can swap out your Pikachu, use Dawn to give Luxray your Pikachu's final energy, and deal a devastating blow to anything. On the next turn, you can use Volkner to bring back 2 of the discarded energies, and then place 1 more from your energy zone and just fire off another nuke. At this point, depending on what Pikachu did previously or if you were able to take down an EX Pokemon, you should have already won the match. I think this deck will be really strong. Will it be better than current Pikachu decks? Hard to tell. It's a very different strategy for sure, but I do think that it will be a very strong deck regardless. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to check out the rest of my channel for more TCG Pocket builds.